In today's video, we're going to be going over all the companies that I'll be loading up on for 2021. One of my New Year's resolution is always to increase my net worth every single year, and I'm doing it with M1 Finance this year. One thing I know is that you guys are always interested in what I'm investing in, what I'm buying, so links are going to be in the description if you guys want to see my entire portfolio for M1 Finance. And before we go any further, I'm going to remind you to destroy the like button, and now let's jump into the portfolio. So here we have it. These are all the stocks that I'll be loading up on for 2021. This is my M1 Finance portfolio. I've been invested with them for over the last basically 3 years now. Portfolio is sitting at $39,000. $6,800 gains so far. And when it comes to the money weighted return, I'm seeing a 55% gains. And this is because I just bought at a really good time. I talk about not timing the market all the time, but I bought during the best time that I could last year. And after just continually reinvesting, this is what my portfolio is looking like now. If we take a look at the chart here, it's just going straight up into the right. I'm not a genius. I just bought quality companies, and I think a lot of people can buy quality companies and do well in the stock market. So my main goal here with the M1 Finance portfolio is to get this to $100,000. I'm going to be reinvesting every single week for the next 50 weeks until the end of the year. And I think I'll be able to do it at least by the end of the year, especially with all the bullish news coming out now. The vaccines are coming out. We have a new president. We got stimulus checks coming, $2,000 per person, almost $5,000 per household. Think about that. Think about all the new traders coming into the stock market. You know, maybe a 20-year-old guy coming in, spending $500 to $2,000 into the stock market, buying companies like Tesla, Amazon. I have all of those into my portfolio, and I think the stock market is going to be on fire again for 2021. So let's jump right into it. I'll be showing you my entire portfolio and all of my stocks that I own here. So a few things to know about this portfolio. I change it about twice a year. All right, so I change it in the beginning of the year. I try to trim down the fat. I try to trim down the companies that are not performing well. I took them out, and this is the new improved Bruce Wang portfolio for 2021. 6 months down the road, I'll look at it again and maybe add or remove some companies that I find that are just not performing well. But right now, this is at its peak performance. The number one stock in my portfolio right now is a REIT, Realty Income. This is a monthly paying dividend stock. I think a lot of you guys found out about Realty Income from my videos. So congratulations on owning a company that will be giving you passive income every single month. Realty Income is a company that I'll be investing throughout my entire lifetime unless something crazy happens to them. Tesla is on fire. Look at the gains here. $2,535, 565% gains. So, you know, I want to talk about Tesla really quick. 2 years ago, I made a video about Tesla. I was kind of bearish on it, but I still invested, all right? I own Tesla in other portfolios, and I basically consolidated all of my Teslas into this M1 Finance portfolio. And it was probably one of the best decisions that I've ever made. Right now, I only invested, my cost base is at $448. My average price into Tesla over the last 2 years was $127.72. So this is probably the best performing stock that I own in my entire portfolio. And, you know, a lot of you guys love Elon Musk, a lot of you guys love Tesla, and I think in 2021, Tesla will still be on fire and maybe even see a $1,000 price target. With all the new investors coming in every single day into the stock market, and with all the YouTubers, everybody on social media pushing Tesla, I think that's one of the catalysts that is gonna push Tesla to $1,000. I'm not complaining. I'm here to enjoy the ride. I'm invested in Tesla, and I'm gonna continue to hold throughout the year. So right now, I'm gonna change it up really quickly. I'm going to do unrealized gains to show you guys the best performing stocks in my portfolio first, and then I'll go over some of the ones that have not been performing well and why I'm keeping them. Next on the list here is Target. Target is a company that has done really well during the pandemic. And you know, who would have thought that people still want to shop at a department store, even though there's a pandemic going on. But like I said earlier, the vaccine's coming out. I think a lot of people are less, you know, afraid of COVID right now. I personally just took a COVID test like 2-3 days ago, and I came back negative. You know, I fall into the fear sometimes as well, and I seriously thought I had COVID as well, but Apparently, I did not have COVID. I just was a little bit sick, and but I'm all right. But next on the list here is Apple. I'm an Apple fanboy. You guys always know I always got the newest iPhone, and I always have one of the newest MacBook Pros. I don't even need to upgrade every single year, but I still do. I know a lot of young people, old people, everybody alike, they still want that Apple product. And I don't think Apple is gonna deteriorate their branding anytime soon. And when it comes to Apple, I think I'm gonna be a fanboy for the rest of my life here. JP Morgan is a stock that I picked up after the pandemic. So this is why it's one of the best performing stocks in my portfolio. I got in at an average price of $94.39. And the current price of JP Morgan right now is $140. So with JP Morgan, I think I was just really lucky to buy it at the right time. I don't know about you guys, but I'm rocking with JP Morgan throughout 2021 as well. Going down this list here, you guys might notice that all of these companies are brand name companies. I do not invest in any penny stocks. I'm not really invested in that many crazy speculative stocks as well. I'm not invested in any SPAC stocks, but those are some stuff that I've been looking at just so I can learn more about them. In this portfolio I would say is a very conservative portfolio where all of these companies are blue chip stocks, and like they're not going anywhere anytime soon. So that's why I can load up on these stocks and not be too worried, especially when I think that after the new stimulus checks start coming out, more people are going to be buying into these types of companies. So, I'm not going to go through every single one here, but like Amazon, one thing about Amazon is I want this to be the number one stock in my portfolio. If you guys caught my last video, I have also added Alibaba to my portfolio. These two companies, I see them being one of the top companies in America and in China for at least the next 10 years. Whenever I invest, I'm always investing for the long term. That's why M1 Finance is so great. You can't really do any type of day trading on M1 Finance. You only can purchase once or twice a day on M1 Finance right now. And when you don't have the options to, trade every single minute of the day, that really makes you think about every type of purchase that you're gonna make. Like, should I really be doing this? So if you guys are the type to panic, if you guys are the type to be really fearful and you just want to sell whenever it turns red, like M1 Finance is gonna be better for you just because it's gonna give you stronger hands just because you can't trade like 10 times a day on it. But let's continue on with the video here. So I'm just gonna go down the list here and you guys can see all of these companies, but some of the companies that are not doing well in this portfolio happens to be Intel and Verizon. These two companies have been pretty beaten up and there's so many bearish news articles coming out about them. But I'm still looking to invest into them. I feel like they are really undervalued at this time. And because M1 Finance has this pie system, which I will show you right now, you can categorize all of these accounts, all of these stocks into different categories. So this is what my portfolio is really looking like. Consumer cyclical, 16%, consumer defensive. I have this allocated to 18%, technology 18%, real estate at 10%. Financial services at 7%, materials at 8%, industrials at 8%, healthcare at 7%, energy at 4%, and communications is at 4%. So speaking about the major changes that I made in this portfolio, I got rid of AT&T, like I said, I got rid of ExxonMobil, Consolidated Edison. This was one of the companies that performed the worst all of last year, and I've been wanting to get rid of them from my portfolio. And basically, once I sold this, now I do not have any more exposure into the utilities sector. So, I'm not too worried about that. I'm still pretty diversified overall in this portfolio. So this is like a one-stop shop for me when it comes to being invested into every single sector. The M1 Finance is great. Also, I got rid of my bonds. So owning bonds as a asset class is really good, especially as you get older. Right now, I'm still pretty young. I'm in my early 30s. I was gonna say mid 30s, but yeah, I'm in my early 30s, and I will continue to buy more bonds in another portfolio. But right now, my personal opinion is you want to own more equities in the stock market right now if you're young and you not as much bonds. This bond ETF was also paying me monthly dividends over the last year. And that was great and all, but I think my capital here is better used into these other companies that I bought. And if we take a look at exactly how much I moved over, I sold over $6,000 worth of these 4 companies, and I bought back into 20 different companies into this pie here. So these are the companies that I bought, 3M. Like I said, this portfolio, I'm not too worried about any of these companies. They're gonna be around for a long time. And as long as I'm using very safe strategy where I dollar cost average and I'm invested for a long time, these two methods for my investing has been with me all throughout my entire stock market investing career, which was probably only 3 years now. But definitely I'm gonna be loading up in that way. So just to show you some more about this M1 Finance portfolio, I have a Roth IRA in here as well, which is a very popular video that I've made. Go check that out if you haven't. Almost 22,000 invested there. A SEP IRA, this is something I'm investing into this year. I own, if we take a look into the transfers, I have over $100,000 invested into here because M1 Finance has one of the best interest rates for their investing accounts. So let's take a look at the interest rate so you guys can see exactly what it is. It's a 1% APY interest rate, so it's a lot better than other brokerages that I'm using. 1% is as high, is probably higher than a lot of high yield savings accounts as well. So my idea was just to keep the $50,000 in here, collect the payments every single month, and reinvest those interest payments into my dividend portfolio. Other than that, I think this is a great breakdown of this portfolio. Very diversified, like I said. That's why I try to be a safe investor, even though like right now it's like the time to get really into hype stocks. Like I try to stay away from it, but I still get pulled in that direction. Definitely, if you guys want to see a Roth IRA update, let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, if you guys want to see more videos from me, go check out these videos here. You guys made it to the end of the video, so might as well hit the like button, subscribe for more content just like this, hit the notification to get notified of my next video. If you guys want to have mentorship with me one-on-one, ask me questions and stuff, join my Patreon community, and you can have that. I'm basically on there every day. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't. Follow me on my second channel if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.